speaking of willy-nilly, there are some people out there on Twitter, especially players, fans alike, that have felt that this year's all-NBA or all-WNBA teams, have been pretty willy-nilly. Lo, you gave your predictions for all-WNBA teams a while back and had all bigs, and then of course we got all bigs on the team, and there were people that were not happy that there were certain guards, namely Jewel Lloyd, that was not on the all-WNBA first team. Do you think all league teams should be positioned two guards, two forwards, and a center?
Boo. No, because if we're going to put the best five, let's put the best five. I don't think you should have to maneuver. Is this a guard? Especially the game is a little more positionless. It's a little more fluid. And this is a forwards league. All the best players are bigs in this league. It is what it is. So I think, like my girl Monica said, if you're going to say, ooh, positionless basketball, this is great, you can't turn on it when it's time to put the votes in. So if that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. So I don't think we should change it at all. I like it. And I think they got it right. Those were the best five in the league to me this season.
Yeah.
The first three, unanimous. Satu did her thing. She did amazing. And B did her thing. I think Jewel was fine. She scored a lot of points. Kind of she had to, but I think sometimes her decision-making is wonky. She does some things and I'm just like, girl, I don't know. So I think they got it right.
Now, here's a question. Do we feel like those are the 10 best players in the league right now?
No. And just real quick for anybody that didn't see it, I'll run down the tone.
It's the tone of your nose, whenever talking.
Sometimes you got to be real about it, Martin. I'll run down the first and second team for anybody who didn't see it. Okay. First team was Breonna Stewart, Alyssa Thomas, Asia Wilson, Nafessa Collier, and Satu Sabally. And second team was Nneka Ogwumike, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd, and Sabrina Ionescu. That's not the top 10 players in basketball. No. Sorry.
And Sabrina's not name people left out.
I think if you added Sabrina, you could have added JJ. I know the team wasn't that great, but I think you got to. Aaliyah Boston deserved something. I don't care. She did her thing. I know I'm a homer, but Aaliyah Boston did her big one. She had that team looking like a completely different team on the defensive end, on the offensive end. Those would be my two. I think Enrique could deserve some love just from, and she's not typically my type of player at all, but I think she had some wonky games, but I think she locked in better defensively. I think she did what she needed to do on the offense end most of the time. So yeah, I think it's something that we're missed, but it is what some people could argue KP. I wouldn't, because I think she was a little wonky too. I think her and Sabrina in the same boat. You could have left both of them off. So yeah. I think her and I always say KP and Sabrina are tethers though anyway. So yeah.
And again, I just feel this way. Like if there's any other Liberty player that's gonna be on an all league team, it would be JJ. Like JJ's the reason why the Liberty were on the push that they were on coming out of the All-Star break. Like they were the best team in the league post All-Star break. And it was because Jonquel Jones finally got comfortable. And that was what Martin was talking about all season long, with as soon as JJ gets comfortable, you have to look out for the Liberty. And what do you know? She got comfortable. She started getting her groove. Stewie started deferring to her just a little bit in certain situations. And they are maybe on the precipice of a championship. They have to win 2 in a row, of course. But I'm not liking all this Sab love. I'm not. Like I just feel like it's being forced down my throat, and I don't like that. It's not necessary. It's never been necessary, and I think we should stop it. I think Sabrina Ionescu only gets all this love because she's playing for the Liberty. If she was playing for a different team that wasn't in New York, people would not be talking about her the way that
getting it because she's a straight white woman.
Hey, but there's some other reasons.
That works too.
There's some other reasons too.
Because I mean, they tried to do the same thing with Kelsey Plum, and Kelsey Plum blocked the WNBA from her social media and said, "I don't deserve this yet. I'm not there yet. You're only giving this to me because I'm a straight, white, conventionally attractive woman, and I'm not there yet." So that's what it is.
That's a fact.
I also did forget about that. You're right.
KP said, not yet. I don't deserve it.
Yeah, like I don't need all that. I don't need all that. Yeah. Get somebody else to do it. Hey,
and I think that's why the discourse goes to Sabrina, and people hate Sabrina, but it's not necessarily that. It's just that type of push. Everybody doesn't like it, especially when it hasn't been earned. And I think that's the fallout.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, look, I like to make it about basketball. Lauren, you're a defensive girly. You're a defense. That's you see, I'm offense, baby. I go out to get 30 just for fun. Like that's my pleasure.
And he's not joking. He literally just dropped 36, 7, and 5 the other day in like a New Jersey.
That's exactly but it was close. That is close.
Martin, you had like 31 points, 7 boards, 6 boards, like 5 assists. Bro. I'll pull it up.
You are laying my men's league.
Could have been 32. Not impressed. Could have been 32.
Yeah, hey, Lo, chill, girl, chill. See, you go get somebody in trouble this week.
Not impressed.
You gonna see?
She's not impressed, Martin. She's not impressed. She's not impressed.
Yeah, 40. You're a defensive girly, which is fine. Which is totally fine. But we can look at it's about basketball. All you got to do is just look at. Watch a few games. All you got to do is watch the basketball to tell who. I mean, why is there even well, it's not a conversation, but why are people getting it wrong about who the face of the league is? Like, why that's such a.
It's a choice. That's what they want.
To earn title. Like, you have to be a certain level of basketball player to be.
It should be, but that's not it, and that's why people are upset.
Why is it like? How is that? Like, we've seen people have said Sabrina Ionescu, the face of the league. I'm like, wait. What? You're misinformed. You're miseducated. Like, no, like
there's a lot of people
off. Like, you're so
works. Like that's why when we say we want it to be just basketball, that's why a lot of times it can't be, because there's so much other stuff on the other side of that. Like, because when we get down to the hoops is good. The women can hoop, but that's why it's hard to just say not black and white, because quite literally it is. But it's hard to just say it's just basketball when you have the machine and all that other stuff happening behind the scenes. Because like you're saying, we just talking hoops, and that doesn't make sense, right? Not that a girl isn't bad. And I think people have to realize we're talking relatively. We're not talking absolute. Can Sabrina hoop? Absolutely. She's in the WNBA. She's that girl. She can play. But relatively, since a lot of other women in the league, she's just not there yet. So we're never talking in absolute. It's relatively, because the girl is getting mad. But I think that's why it's hard to just say we just want to do just basketball, because when we get down to it, we start seeing things like that, then it's like, that's not basketball though. So what's going on? So I think it's just, it's a lot.